Live from KSAT 12. The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
They sure didn't look like their pictures. Men expecting to meet up with women and in some cases children instead found themselves looking into the faces of law enforcement officers.
So this was part of a 3-night-long prostitution sting operation. And as Katrina Weber shows us, it landed more than 30 men in jail.
These are just some of the faces of men who probably never pictured they'd end up in trouble. But it seems pictures on the internet are what put them on that path. They were arrested at this local hotel during a 3-night sting known as Operation Spring Fling. Officers from the Department of Public Safety, Bexar County Sheriff's Office, and other agencies worked together to arrest people soliciting prostitutes. Investigators posing as women and girls made plans online to meet up with the men in person. No one who was arrested was a guest of this hotel, but it seems that they all thought they were meeting up with someone who was. They quickly found out their date was with law enforcement officers. 34 men now are facing charges. Court records show 2 of them, 42-year-old Joseph Silva and 21-year-old Brett Peterson, are accused of soliciting minors. Several suspects, including 56-year-old Eddie Campos, are closer to being seniors themselves. Now, instead of spending time in a hotel room, the next stop for all of them will be a courtroom as they work through their criminal cases. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
In other news now, we're following breaking news. At least 2 people dead after a Hays County ISD bus crashed this afternoon. Happened along Texas 21 while students were on their way back from a field trip to the Bastrop Zoo. So the Hays County ISD says that 44 pre-K students and 11 adults were on the bus. The pictures that you're looking at are from the scene just this last hour.
Heartbreaking. A child is among the 2 people who have died. We also learned just before this newscast that the second victim was an adult who was in a car behind the cement truck that was involved in this wreck. The district says it's been working to reunite kids with their parents all afternoon. We don't yet know exactly what caused that crash, but again, we do know the bus collided with a concrete truck. We're going to continue to follow this story, and we'll give you any updates on KSAT.com as well as tonight at 10 on the Night Beat.
He died doing what he loved to do, was taking care of those children.
It has been over a month since Northside ISD instructional assistant Alfred Jimenez, better known as Mr. Fred, died from a head injury on the job. Yet his wife is still looking for so many answers. According to NISD, on February 7th, Mr. Fred was, quote, redirecting a special needs student at Brandeis High School when he fell to the floor and hit his head. He died 10 days later on February 17th. His death was ruled a homicide. SAPD is investigating, but they told us that so far they have no updates. John Paul Barajas met with Mr. Fred's widow, Margot, who tells him what she wants to see happen now.
Do you want charges on anybody, or have you even thought about that at this point?
The way I see it, it's not his fault. So no, I wouldn't want to do anything to this young man. That would be awful. But I do want NISD to take action against what did happen.
She wants to see more safety measures put in place, including more staff to help current teachers. In a statement, Northside ISD said it's unable to comment on the investigation, but the district continues to assess and evaluate current practices in specialized classroom settings.
When a family is dealing with poverty and they're doing their very best to keep food on the table, to keep a roof over their families' heads, they need support for their children. And that's where the Boys and Girls Clubs comes right in.
That's also where you come right in. Today, we're so happy to tell you that with the help of you, the KSAT viewer, and our KSAT community partners, the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio collected more than $4,300 yesterday.
They did more than that even as well. The Boys and Girls Club also able to register new members for the summer, and they got to connect with more volunteers. The financial contributions from our KSAT community phone bank yesterday will directly benefit the summer programs offered at the clubs all throughout the city.
And this money goes a really long way. The Boys and Girls Club helps more than 3,000 children in San Antonio every year. If you want to register your kid for the summer program, all you have to do is apply. The program is still accepting applications. You can also donate money. You can also volunteer. The number to do that, It's on your screen, 210-436-0686. You can also visit begreatsa.org, and we have more information for you at ksatcommunity.com.
Let's take a look outside with live cam this evening. We're headed into the weekend, and I wouldn't mind it if we got to just copy and paste today into the weekend, Adam.
Well, we pretty much do, but it's going to be a little bit better, actually. I think we'll just be mid-70s tomorrow afternoon, so just beautiful, comfortable conditions. Not that the low 80s were really bad today, especially with the low humidity. Bright sunshine out there once we got rid of the morning fog. The rain from the system that gave us our thunderstorms and even large hail last night in parts of town, especially the far northwest side, that system is now churning into parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, and now crossing into Mississippi and Alabama. That's all off to the northeast of us, but you see some good soaking rain associated with it. We just got a glancing blow by a few showers and storms. Now, some parts of our area did have some meaningful accumulations, and we'll get into those coming up at 6:45. But this area of energy, that's moving out of here, and we're going to have a quiet weekend, but very pleasant weekend as well. Now, I mentioned all that good soaking rain. It's actually falling in areas that don't need the soaking rain right now, not even considered in drought, whereas around here, we have the moderate, the severe and extreme drought, especially in the hill country, the same story. But let's rewind just a couple of months and look, Louisiana, Mississippi, in the same situation with widespread drought. So they have had a big dent put in their drought and even wiped away a lot of it. And that actually, I think, is playing a role in our next story that's coming up, the drought situation, Louisiana and that part of the South. Just drive I-10 and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Adam, I'm glad you mentioned that because the drought, that's a huge reason why crawfish lovers here in San Antonio are feeling the pinch.
So we do know that prices have dropped. However, they're still higher than they usually are. Our Daniela Ibarra tells us why.
Eating freshly boiled crawfish off a picnic table is an experience.
People gather around the pot, they exchange stories, they drink beer, and it's kind of a slow-going process.
Blake Groomer is a pro at picking the meatiest ones.
It doesn't freak you out to hold them like that?
No, I mean, I go through them so often. I've been pinched, hundreds of times. It happens, it's just part of the business.
So is the supply and demand. A pound of the Cajun crustacean typically goes for around $5. This season, it's closer to $12.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I haven't. I've been doing our crawfish for about 12 years now. It's never been this high.
These crawfish were harvested last night. Then they're bagged up and driven here to San Antonio overnight.
Just to offset all that cost with bait and traps and all that, they're having to go higher on their pricing, which then trickles down to our level.
Louisiana's governor says extreme drought is to blame. The state even issued a disaster declaration.
Are you noticing people are buying less of it because the prices have gone up?
What's crazy is no, we're still selling like usual, actually. It's kind of interesting.
Groomer says it's proof customers value the experience over the expense. Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
All right, now let's take a live look outside because it's Friday. Here's 281 at San Pedro. And right there, traffic is flowing smoothly in both directions. You do see a few vehicles there stalled to the left, but those look to just be police cars and one vehicle or two vehicles that seem to be pulled over. But yeah, otherwise, everything looks good. Okay, so traffic may be okay for a Friday at this hour, but tomorrow morning it could be a different story totally in parts of downtown. And that is because festivities for the annual Cesar y Chavez March for Justice start at 9 a.m. This is the 28th annual March for Justice right here in San Antonio. RJ Marquez shares what you need to know about the roads and closures if you're planning to head downtown.
Well, downtown San Antonio is being very busy on Saturday morning because of the 28th annual Cesar y Chavez March that is taking place in the area. So starting on Saturday morning at 7 a.m., they're going to start some street closures here by the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center. So the route goes from Guadalupe Street all the way to South Flores. It's going to go north all the way till you hit Cesar Chavez. Basically, the halfway point is that HEB, that SoFlo HEB, and then we're going to wind things down there at Hemisphere Civic Park. Again, these closures starting at 7 a.m. on Saturday. Let's show you some video video of the march here from previous years, and we're going to expect thousands of people out there to honor the civil rights icon, Cesar E. Chavez. This, of course, has become one of the bigger marches across the country, and especially here in the San Antonio area. So let's come back out to maps real quick, because the one thing that the city does want to let you know about is that there will be free Via Park and Ride service. That's going to be at the Alamo Dome lots, and that's actually going to start at 8 a.m. So you can bus to the Guadalupe Center starting at 8 a.m. and then you can get the bus back to the Alamo Dome from Civic Park, wrapping things up at around 2:30. So again, it's going to be very busy out there in this part of downtown San Antonio. Make sure that you plan accordingly. We have more information on KSAT.com. Have a good one, everybody.
Now to Russia, where 40 people were killed in what's believed to be an ISIS-led terrorist attack at a concert hall in Moscow. Right now, Russian authorities are investigating the attack. They're calling it an act of terrorism. We know that 100 other people were wounded when the attackers entered that venue and started shooting. They also launched a grenade bomb, which started a fire, causing the roof to partially collapse. At last check, ISIS has claimed responsibility, though they've not offered any proof that it was them.
We want you to stick around. Still ahead on the news at 6, a lesson in history. Our Jesse Degollado takes us to Wilson County, where there's a dispute over the boundaries of a once lost cemetery. Why somebody is now fighting to have it restored when we come back.
SAPD is trying a new approach to trauma-informed care and support within its department. So coming up tonight on the Nightly, we're breaking down what that means and how it could impact day-to-day operations.
Tonight, the history untold of a tiny cemetery in Floresville. It's actually on land that was once owned by a man who was enslaved as a child.
James Walker and only about 30 of his family members and descendants are buried in the Walker Edwards Cemetery. Jesse Degollado says the cemetery is in an unlikely spot, part of which is in dispute.
The setting couldn't be more serene for a small country church near Sutherland Springs.
It's something else.
Pastor Ray Warren's church.
You know, we're saving souls, and that's the best job you could ever have.
Perhaps even better, what he'd never realized.
To know that my ancestors are buried right up the road is something else.
In what had been a neglected and forgotten cemetery, one of the few remaining headstones, broken and barely standing, was that of Ray Warren's great-uncle, Obie Walker. He'd already found him in a database, but this...
When you're looking for someone and you finally find them, it's a different feeling.
So this is actually Mr. Alamillo's property, and the cemetery begins about now.
Jesse, watch it. Stop.
Oh.
Careful, careful. You got it?
There you go.
Problem being, a new neighbor put up a barbed wire fence in a dispute over the cemetery's boundaries. It's landlocked, with an HEB on 3 sides and the neighborhood on the other.
There are several surveys, and they're conflicting. So that's what we have to resolve.
Until then, fencing and signage made possible by a check from HEB will have to wait.
As it is, this drainage culvert behind the HEB in Floresville, and then all this over here is open to anyone. I'm told people have been dumping garbage, and there have been people doing drugs and drinking, and there was even a shooting and police chase through the cemetery.
It's why Melinda Creech and Nancy de la Cerda are on a mission.
And there's not one day has gone by that I haven't thought about it or bellyached to everybody about it.
They're determined to restore the Walker Edwards Cemetery and more of the dignity shown Obie Walker with a grave marker installed by the VFW in Poth. An Army private, Walker died at Fort Sam Houston in the Spanish flu pandemic before he could fight in World War I. Before then, he and his father, James Walker, were well-known black cowboys.
But thanks to Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson there are many stories throughout this whole area that needs to be told.
In Floresville, Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
Never know the stories that are right in your own backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, let's turn to the forecast now. Adam, you piqued my interest earlier when you said the weekend could be even better than today.
Yeah.
It's a little subjective.
I'm going to go with that.
Okay, thank you. Yes, but I mean, morning temperatures in the 50s, afternoons mid-70s. I mean, you're talking almost room temperature there.
That's good.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Thank you. All right, let's take a look at our morning temperature trend, because there will be a little drop next week. A weak cold front's going to move through. Don't put the jackets away yet. Look at Tuesday morning at the bus stop, 50 degrees. Wednesday morning will be at 48. We can still have some fluctuations this time of year, but luckily the afternoon highs are going to hold pretty steady. This morning, we started the day at 59. By the afternoon, 84 with the bright sunshine. The average 75, the record 96. Temperature right now, an even 80 degrees. But this dew point of 59, very dry air, clear sky, and a calming wind will really help the temperature to fall off quickly and efficiently. Good radiational cooling this evening. Look across the state. Big differences, I should say. 93 Del Rio, 92 Laredo. 65 in Amarillo, 68 in Dallas. We've got 90s closer to the Rio Grande. We had some morning fog and a little bit of cloud cover earlier today that helped mitigate our temperature rise compared to locations out west. But as we go through the evening, temperatures falling off, and by 8 o'clock we'll be at 74, 10 o'clock 68, midnight 64 degrees. Low humidity, clear sky. You could consider opening the windows tonight, but do keep in mind, mold and oak are high, okay? I'm not opening my windows for that reason, I'll tell you that. Tomorrow morning, we start the day at 55 in Converse, 53 at Stinson on the south side, 50 Bernie and Bulverde. Then by the afternoon, we make it well into the 70s with not much of a breeze. I mean, variable at 2 to 8 miles per hour. Just a beautiful day all around. And a lot of sunshine, just some high clouds greeting us from time to time. 76 Port SA tomorrow afternoon, Bandera up to 77, Bulverde 74. You look at Sunday, temperatures pretty much the same, just a few degree fluctuations. However, we will have some morning fog, so plan around morning fog on Sunday, that little bit of dampness to start the day, and then mainly gray, not quite as appealing aesthetically as Saturday. So Sunday, mainly gray, morning fog, and becoming breezy. Let's talk about the next system that's coming our way. It's going to hit us on Monday. There's our retreating rainmaker that gave us a few showers and thunderstorms, especially on the south side and east of San Antonio. But we're shifting our focus to this next system, this big upper level swirl coming onshore from the Pacific, slamming into parts of Washington, Oregon, Northern California. This is actually going to amplify a bit. It's going to dig and amplify itself as it moves into the western U.S. However, most of the good precipitation with this is going to stay to the north of us. We'll just get a little glancing blow on Monday and then maybe an isolated storm on Tuesday. You look at the rest of the country, decent precipitation potential. West Texas, North Texas, and here, not so much. Monday, 30%, that's in the morning. Monday afternoon will be sunny, and then Wednesday, a 20% chance. Let's look at the positive, though. Afternoon temperatures, in the 70s. Remember, we earned this after our sunny, hot, and record-breaking summer, so at least enjoy that part of the forecast.
Yeah, and that heat will be back before we know it, so savor it.
Yeah, and there are going to be so many things going on downtown this weekend, so, I mean, the weather's just going to be perfect for that.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
All right, let's talk about what's happening tonight. The Spurs and the Grizzlies.
Spurs and the Grizzlies, yes.
Any predictions?
No, I don't want to give any predictions. Usually I'm wrong, so I don't even want to throw it out there. But I'll tell you what, I know this much. The Spurs and Grizzlies, they are ready to play in less than an hour. So, hey, what are Wemby's goals with about 13 games left in the regular season? And the Texas A&M women's basketball team, well, they're feeling really great about the direction their program is heading. Coming up. After hosting the Memphis Grizzlies tonight, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs will have 12 games left in the regular season. Wemby is averaging a double-double this season at 20.7 points and 10.4 rebounds per game, and he leads the NBA 3.5 blocks per contest. He's the front-runner to win Rookie of the Year, and many feel he's Defensive Player of the Year, but Minnesota's Rudy Gobert remains the fave to win that honor. Yesterday, Wemby was asked what is he looking to accomplish to end the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's we have a lot of personal goals that we discuss with the players and the coaches, but it's a multitude of them, but the most important is to win.
Spurs and Grizzlies will play ball tonight at 7 at the Frostbank Center, and San Antonio is favored by 6.5 points.
We knew they were going to make a run whenever a team scores, like a low number of points like that, 11 points in the first half. The basket's going to open up for them in the second half, and we knew that was going to happen. But we had to continue to stick with our defensive principles and continue to play intensively on defense and continue to get stops, and that's what we did tonight.
Dylan Dessou and the Texas Longhorns held Colorado State to 11 first half points, and then they were outscored in the second half 33-29, but Texas' first half lead was big enough to help them win and advance 56-44 in the men's big dance. Texas will next play number 2 Tennessee in the second round tomorrow night at 7. The women's tournament tipped off today, and in Regional 4 first round play, number 1 Texas rolled number 16 Drexel 82-42. So the Horns will play the winner of Alabama, Florida State on Sunday.
Yeah, this is always the worst part of it right here. And I'm so thankful for Joe Toussaint and Warren Washington, 2 guys that trusted us and literally gave everything they had. I mean, there's nothing else these guys could give more to give our program a chance to compete for a national championship.
Number 6 Texas Tech hit a three-pointer at the first half buzzer and trailed number 11 NC State 37-33 at halftime yesterday, but the Wolfpack would slowly increase their lead to 17 points to beat the Red Raiders 80-67 in the first round of the men's basketball championship. 2 weeks ago in women's college basketball, South Carolina beat Texas A&M in the SEC tournament quarterfinals. Senior guard Sahara Jones from Veterans Memorial High School had 3 points in the loss. Now tonight at 9:30, the 11th-seeded Aggies will open NCAA tournament play with number 6 Nebraska. Yesterday during her media avail, Aggies head coach Joni Taylor talked about her team going 19-12 so far this season and making the tournament after picking up just 9 wins and missing out last season.
Well, I think for us, it's our own internal validation of we're taking the right steps. This is where we wanted to be in year 2 to get Texas A&M women's basketball back into the tournament. It was one of our key goals for the year, and we did that. So I think as a staff, as a program, all it does for us is confirm that we're moving in the right direction. Are we where we want to be? Absolutely not. But are we moving in the right direction? Sure. In terms of outside validation, we really try hard to drown out the noise and not worry about what other people think, say, or feel, because if they're not in our program every day, they have no bearing on what goes on.
And that's a look at sports.
All right, yeah, and then you've got the Spurs in 30 minutes. They start,
Yes.
and then this in 3 hours.
Yep.
All right.
How's your bracket doing?
Full night of basketball. It's
Well,
okay.
I think is everyone.
Pretty much,
after
right?
Kentucky went down last night.
Thank you.
You got
Happened
it.
to my cats. We'll be right back.
Within the last month, we've shared a series of stories about a business owner accused of taking money from families, but then never delivering their cemetery headstones. And after 2 of our stories aired, SAPD arrested the owner of that company, Elena Moreno.
This was a story a lot of people wanted to know more about, so we wanted to take you behind the scenes of an investigation that spans 5 months. This story belongs to reporter Courtney Friedman and photojournalist Luis Cienfuegos, so we asked them some questions.
How long have you been working on this story, and how did it start?
I was working on some fentanyl stories for our newscasts, and one of the moms I ran into had lost her daughter to fentanyl poisoning. She didn't have her headstone. So I just did this out of, to help her personally, just to make a phone call for her because she was still grieving. And I actually in October got a hold of Elena and she talked to me and said, things just take longer because it's an intricate headstone. A month came by and still no headstone. She answered my call again at a different phone number that I had to try. At the end of the conversation, basically said, I'll refund her money, like the full amount. And she texted her that, but that would be the last time that either that mom or I spoke to her.
And good thing she saved all the texts. We already had some kind of proof just to show, hey, we're trying our side. We're trying our best to get in contact with her too.
How did you find so many victims, and how many were there?
We landed on air with 12 people, which is a lot. So the first story had 6, and then the second story had 6 additional victims. In the first interview for the first story, Luis was trying to get video of us just going through Facebook and searching for her Facebook page to show that it no longer existed. We were like, what is this? And it was a post from one of the other victims posting this, tagging like 100 people.
All the family members pitched in. You know, we have documents, we have paperwork.
They had the emails from the BBB. They had case numbers if they had reported to SAPD. They just didn't know what to do with it, you know, and so luckily we were able to step in and do that for them.
What went into editing the piece?
A lot of hours, a lot of paperwork, making sure a lot of personal information wasn't out there either, didn't want to show, and that was just the beginning.
After that first story aired, it was daily. And not only did we have to keep adding the story and making sure our facts are right, but the family's getting their paperwork and permission to use these pictures. We had to do more investigative work out in the field. We had knocked on doors and it's not just gotcha journalism to find Elena. It was, what is your side of the story? What's going on? We heard there were some personal issues. I messaged her Instagram, Facebook, text, email, called 3 different phone numbers. And I think that's what might be interesting to viewers, is tackling how to put that in order, and then how Luis can make it visually understandable that we're seeing what I'm writing.
What was the reaction from y'all when you saw the story ran?
When the stories ran, I think what shocked our newsroom was that I kept coming in every day to our meetings where we pitch stories. I'm like, we got 2 more victims, we got another victim, and the
dollar amount just kept on going up.
It did.
I came into work, they were like, hey, she got arrested. I was like, what? What do you mean she got arrested?
It was fast.
It happened.
It happened really fast. Every family reacted and sent me messages. And there was a whole range of emotions.
We put a lot of heart into it, and we care about the community, and we wouldn't want something like this to happen to any of our loved ones.
She can still be facing an extensive number of charges because this was one family out of 12. So we'll be following that. Yeah, this story isn't over, I don't think.
And if there's somebody else out there that has been a victim to it, hey, you need to come forward.
Like Courtney said, we'll see where it goes from here. To see that full interview with Courtney and Luis and our coverage leading up to the arrest, you can find all of that on KSAT.com.
Switching gears now, last night, KSAT aired its 6th episode of Know My Neighborhood.
Yeah, we found ourselves at the Northern Hills Golf Course to share with you all we learned about the Northern Hills and Valencia neighborhoods. Take a look.
Good evening and welcome to yet another episode of KSAT's Know My Neighborhood. Tonight we bring you to a new part of San Antonio, one we haven't visited yet.
And no, we did not just play 18 holes, but we are inside the 19th hole here at Northern Hills.
I was tempted to go out there.
I'm not a golfer. Not a golfer. I'll admit that, okay? It was the wind. Definitely the wind.
While she may not look like a superhero, she's definitely a grime fighter, cleaning up most graffiti that catches her eye. For our superhero, we thought that it was only fitting that she should have a cape.
We actually got you a cape.
We got you a cape. It's all blinged out.
And you gotta put
GL Graffiti Lady.
GL Graffiti Lady.
They say something about a day on the golf course is better than any day at the office.
A bad day on the golf course is better than a good day at the office.
Okay, well, we get to do both.
It's always awesome to see who we meet in these different neighborhoods. And, you know the neighborhood exists, but you don't really know who lives there, its character, until you go out and find people like the graffiti lady.
Yeah, I loved her.
Up.
Yes, her going out and doing that. And you know why I love the series that you guys do? Because I feel like a lot of people are bummed out these days, right? And it kind of restores your faith in humanity when you see the lady going around cleaning up the neighborhood. And then you see Daniela's story, which we actually aired last night on the Night Beat, and it was just about neighbors watching out for each other because that neighborhood has had some car thefts, and just how they're making sure that if they see that your door's open, like they knock on your door and they say, hey, make sure that you close your vehicle. Stuff like that. That's just... Those are the neighbors that I want.
Yeah, reassuring, right? Yeah, for sure. Adam Caskey, of course, you were out there with us and
tried to golf.
You confirmed. He told us ahead of time. Not a golfer.
Don't have the patience for that. Doesn't work for me. But
I think, didn't we say you swung the club more like a hockey stick?
That would make sense. And I actually can, because I shoot hockey lefty, so I can putt lefty. But anyway, that's different. But I want to know how many more people are out there like the graffiti lady that we want to hear about. If you know of somebody, tell us. We're going to be featuring so many neighborhoods all across our area. So let us know for the Know My Neighborhood segment. And, we do cover the good, the bad, and the frustrating. And there was a little frustrating, that we did talk about, such as needing some amenities, but then people don't want to pay HOA dues. So it's, you can't have one without the other and whatnot. And that's how you attract more people. But The golf course is nice. It was fun to have, and it's a good just meeting point for everybody there.
Yeah.
A good place to give away a few thermometers too.
That's right. That's always a perk. They're a voluntary association, so the fees aren't mandatory there. So that's definitely part of the equation. We are looking for more places to go, and we would love an invite.
Yeah.
So if you have an idea on where we should go next, we have a QR code. All you have to do is scan that right here, fill out a form, send it to us, invite us out to your neighborhood, tell us why we should come. You can find all of this information on KSAT.com as well. The flowers are blooming, and your soil could be too, especially if you DIY it. Up next, we talk about the easy way to make compost soil at home and why this might be the right time to do it. All right, the weekend's pretty much here, and some beautiful weather to go along with it, Adam.
That's right. I forgot it was Friday.
What? How did that happen?
You know I'm messing with you. Oh, baby, it's Friday. Yes, it is. And now I'm just thinking about yard work as we have a gardening story coming up. Anyway, I want to get into the drought monitor, the rainfall totals on top of our drought-stricken area, and of course, get you ready for the weekend in just a bit.
Yeah, also, if you've got allergies, make sure your windows stay closed. Mold and oak is high right now. All right, so he just said it right there. This is going to be a good weekend if you want to work on your garden.
And a KSAT gardening segment here. Sarah Acosta shows us how you can save some money by making your own compost soil at home.
Want an easy-to-build compost bin? This one was made for just under $35. Remember I talked about the importance of tossing your food waste in the city green bins and how it's better for the environment?
So let's take it a step further and build our own compost bin for our garden.
Today, Christy and Becca, who own a local environmental gardening consulting company, along with Rainbow Gardens, are going to show us the easiest way to make your own at home.
Here's what you need.
4 non-painted pallets. You can get these for free at most local nurseries, including Rainbow Garden. Chicken wire, burlap sacks, staple guns, staples, wire cutters, screws, angle brackets, door hinges, a drill, and digging tools. I'm not a drill girly, but Christy is and makes it look simple, taking these screws and angle brackets, connecting 3 of the pallets together. Next, cut the chicken wire and staple along all 3 sides. Then drill in the door hinges. Here's what makes it cute. Staple in the burlap sacks, fill with compost, and plant trailing flowers for that cottage aesthetic. Finally, dig a hole in the ground and start your compost pile.
Keep your composting simple. You don't want to get caught up in the ratios of the matter. Everybody's compost is going to be different.
Add your food scraps first, cover with your yard clippings or raked leaves. Depending on how often you add to it, lightly aerate it once a week to 2 weeks. In about 6 weeks, it should start looking more like dirt or actual compost. That's when you start flipping it, about every time you add to it or every couple of weeks.
Becca, Christy, thank you so much. And of course, thank you, Robin with Rainbow Gardens. Hey, happy gardening. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
I had no idea composting could be cute.
Yeah,
but she made it cute.
Cottage cute. I told you before, though, I do have concerns about the smell. Just saying, maybe you could take some extra steps to.
What you do about that.
Yeah.
But it'll be a cute smell.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
In your 60-second recap, 3 nights at this local hotel led to more than 30 men spending time in jail. Officers with multiple agencies set up a prostitution sting there this week. They called it Operation Spring Fling. Law enforcement posed as women and girls online, then made plans to meet up for sex with the men in person. When they showed up, they were arrested.
For the first time since Alfred Jimenez died last month, we're hearing from his wife. Margot Jimenez says that she doesn't want the student involved in his death to face charges, but she does want NISD to make changes. Jimenez died 10 days after he fell and hit his head while, quote, redirecting a special needs student over at Brandeis High School. His death was ruled a homicide. At this point, neither SAPD nor NISD have made or provided an update on the investigation.
The 28th annual Cesar Chavez March for Justice is happening here in San Antonio tomorrow. The event kicks off at 9 a.m. at the Guadalupe Theater. The march itself starts at 10. It is a 2-mile march to Hemisphere Civic Park, where there will be a celebration afterwards. We have all the information you need about street closures on our website at KSAT.com.
And the weather is supposed to be apparently better this weekend than it is today.
I think so for Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday is going to be a little gray, foggy in the morning, then just mostly gray the rest of the day. Not as aesthetically pleasing, but very comfortable. Let me move my big noggin there. Move your noodle, Kasky. 17 days. That's our countdown. 17 days until the total solar eclipse graces parts of our area. And this isn't so much of a fact as it is a PSA. Please, when this event occurs, don't just pull over on the side of the road and, take the moment in. You need to be prepared and in place and in a location already in a safe spot. You need to keep the roadways and the shoulders free. These are big events, these total eclipses, and they're eclipse chasers who come from around the world that'll be coming here because climatologically speaking, we have the best odds of a lack of cloud cover or less cloud cover than other parts of the path of the eclipse in the U.S. Okay, that's our eclipse factor PSA for today. I want to get to the drought monitor and notice we still have the extreme drought in parts of the hill country, roughly Hondo to Bandera, Kerrville, Sisterdale, Comfort, even Bernie right on the edge. You look at the radar from yesterday, and we did have some decent rain, just not enough to put a big dent in this drought, unfortunately. Something, and of course we'll take whatever we can get, better than nothing, but you look at the overall accumulations, and they were limited in the drought-stricken parts of our area. Kerrville, 0.23. Blanco, nearly 0.6 of an inch. Bernie, 0.08 of an inch. Canyon Lake, about 0.5 inch. That's something, and yes, we'll take it. If we could keep getting these every few days, it'd be beneficial. Unfortunately, our rain chances aren't that great. Seguin, about 1/4 of an inch. Pipe Creek, a little over 0.4 of an inch. And Stone Oak, only 0.08 of an inch. And this is what some of those storms dropped. This is on the northwest side of town. This is 410 and Evers Road, but basically right along 16 or Bandera Road from 1604 to 410, and then even down to Woodlawn Lake in downtown, we had some large hail. And this is just one example of some of the egg-sized hail. I'm not going to leave you with that, though, on KSAT Connect. I love a good sense of humor here. Oh, I love it. Our friends up in shirts, stop and smell the bluebonnets in shirts. And these are the firefighters saying, let's just hold hands and frolic through the bluebonnets. Why not?
I love it.
Love it. Love it. Thank you for posting that. Brighten my day even more. We're going to talk about our next chance of rain. This is the swirl that gave us our thunderstorms and areas of rain yesterday. That's moving out of here. The new system is coming in from the Pacific, moving into Washington, Oregon, and California. That's going to amplify a bit in the western U.S. More snow to the Rocky Mountains, extending the ski season a little bit. But we're going to be right on the edge of the activity. A thin line of showers and even a few storms is probably going to develop after midnight, early Monday morning, off to the west of us. And then we'll just get clipped by the tail end of that line as we get toward the morning commute on Monday. So yes, some showers and a few storms possible for the morning commute. On Monday, I know it's Friday, you're probably not thinking about Monday yet, but I'm just trying to help you out a little bit just in case. A little bit of dampness, but we're only looking at a 30% chance there Monday morning. Again on Wednesday, a 20% chance. Quick look at temps, 84, that was our high temperature today. What a day. Right now we're at 80 degrees, dew point of 49, crisp air, no, lack of mugginess. 54 at 7 a.m. By noon we're 63. 75 the high temperature. Sunday feeling the same, but looking a little different with the morning fog and gray skies most of the day. Notice those afternoon temperatures holding tight where we don't have the big fluctuations. We can just say 70s. How's that for a change?
That's good. Stable weather. We like it. Thank you.
The Buzz is up next. A blast from the past kicking off the Buzz tonight. The official trailer for the sequel of Beetlejuice was released today.
Don't say it 2 more times. Yes, Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder are both going to return to the big screen alongside Catherine O'Hara and newcomer Jenna Ortega. It's only taken 3 decades, but yeah, the juice is back. Beetlejuice premieres in September.
I definitely want to see it. If you fly with United, the airline is making it easier to share your miles with family and friends. The program announced today is called Mileage Plus Miles Pooling. That rolls off the tongue. It allows you to share your miles with up to 5 people.
So the goal here is to give flyers more flexibility and also time in order to use their miles. This is the first airline to introduce this type of program. And we'll be right back after the break.
Wonderful Saturday on the way. 54 at sunrise, then by the afternoon, 76. Sunshine, just some high, thin, wispy clouds greeting us from time to time. Low humidity. Palm Sunday, morning fog, fairly gray. Not as not as beautiful, but still comfortable. And temperatures don't change much through the week. Mornings, though, will get a little cool by the middle of the week.
Okay, Adam, thank you.
Thanks for watching the news at 6.
We'll see you on the Night Beat.